The award recognizes the Bellisario College faculty members who have demonstrated excellence in teaching, contributed significantly to the growth of students, learning, and gained an exemplary reputation among colleagues, students, and alumni. This year's winner, Christopher Ali, received multiple nominations. A few select passages I will read to you guys now. Professor Ali is extremely personable and easy to reach. Last semester, he held coffee hours with his students to get to know them better. In those coffee hours, we could talk about anything, as long as it wasn't class-related. Another student nominator wrote that Professor Ali is extremely passionate about telecommunications and fosters a positive and comfortable learning environment for his students. I am pleased to introduce the 2024 winner of Excellence in Teaching Award, Mr. Christopher Ali.
First off, to say this is a very hard speech to follow, and I hope I can do it justice. I also think it's important that we insert the requisite Sally Field at the Oscars reference. They like me. They really like me. In all seriousness though, I want to thank the Bellisario Alumni Society Board for this incredible honor, and to the students who nominated me for this award. I want to thank my husband Ben for his support, his wisdom, and his love. And to the entire Bellisario community, especially Dean Marie Harden and my chair, Krishna Jayakar, for their collegiality, their friendship, and their support. You know, ours is a profession of intellectual rigor, of ambitious research, and excellence in teaching. But I want to thank the college for modeling to me how our profession can also be one of grace, of compassion, and of kindness. And this is something that starts from the top, and I make sure to bring that to each and every one of my classes. When I started teaching at Bellisario in January of 2023, I didn't know who a Penn State student was, or what makes them tick. And this troubled me because I want to get to know my students. It particularly troubled me because one of my major teaching responsibilities is a class called COM 180, which is Introduction to Telecommunications and Electronic Media. And it's a class of over 300 students, mostly first years. Here, my job is so much more than teaching them the ins and outs of telecom, although that's pretty awesome. It's about introducing them to college, to the major, and to be a sounding board for sometimes hopes, fears, and dreams. The only way to embody that role is to meet them where they are, and often that's not in the class, where sometimes 300 plus glaring Apple Macs are shining down. It's hard to connect. Although I do like to think that my many references to Murder, She Wrote are starting to So as you just heard, I started up something called Coffee Hour with Professor Ali. Coffee Hour is for anyone and everyone. We meet over Dunkin' Donuts coffee and munchkins every Wednesday from 12 to 1 in Carnegie 101. The only rule is, as you already heard, we can't talk about class. If you want to talk about class, you come to office hours. If you want to talk about life, you come to coffee hour. It's a chance for us to get to know each other as people, not as student and professor. The conversations over the last 2 years have ranged from travel, to sports, to what video games I should tell Ben to play, to the best tailgates, where I go shopping, to raising chickens, and what does it mean to be Canadian? I'm Canadian, so I can actually answer that. It also gives students a chance to go deeper. I've been asked what it means to be a gay married man. We've talked about our hopes and fears to the future, and why the world just seems so scary right now. You know, I once met a student who was struggling, and this was during office hours, not coffee hours, and I told him at the end of the meeting that I was proud of him. And this was kind of like a big, athletic dude, and he started crying. And he confided in me that in his adult life, no one had ever told him they were proud of him. That sticks with me. We can change a life just by being human. At coffee hour, I let students take the lead in conversation, and I guarantee you that folks who join us leave the conversation not only fed with sugary donuts and caffeine, but a little lighter and with a smile, including myself. Coffee hour has become the highlight of my week. It is where I can meet my students where they are, remind them that they always have a champion here at Penn State. pass down the lessons that I have taken to heart here in the Bellisario College: compassion, kindness, and grace. And so, if you're ever in town on Wednesdays or 12th and want to hear what's on the minds of our amazing young people, please join us for a coffee and a donut on Carnegie 101. Thank you so much for this.